tight. It hurts when he brings his chin forward. He's got a bit of a limited range. So we're going to inhibit the muscles here at the back of the neck, and then we're going to use a space correction. So it's the same kind of taping, just in a different way. If we wanted, if the neck muscles were weak for some reason, maybe a nerve issue, we could facilitate them by using a heavier stretch on the tape. So I could use 2 pieces like that, just 2 eye tapes. In the picture, they've used a Y tape. There's no difference. We're just looking at different space. So for the ladies, they might need that Y tape because you just won't have enough space to put it would be too heavy to cover your whole neck with tape. You just have it wrapping around and it might feel like too much. So I'm just going to cut a quick Y. Why not? And my anchor's going to be at the base of that Y. Again, when you're sticking, I'm going to put about 25% stretch, so I know that if I start there, they will stretch up to here. But I'm also going to get Alan to bend his head forward because we're stretching that tissue, and you see the difference in the length there. So I'm probably going to start just underneath C7. If I need to trim it off because it's going up into the hairline, then I would do that when I get to that point. I underestimated how tall you were. Got that midpoint. So one at a time, 100%, 50, 25. He's got his neck stretched forward. I'm just going to follow the line of the spine there. I am almost coming up into that hairline, so I'm just going to trim it off a little bit shy of the top there before I stick that down. It's a really light stretch, so it probably doesn't make a difference. And I've put him into flexion as well, so we're already stretching that tissue. So hopefully 100%, 50, 25. Sorry. Again, I'm just going to trim that off. Hopefully we wouldn't be too much of a problem to not have that much of an anchor at the top here. If you get it in the hairline, it's probably just not going to be very nice for them. So we're going to try and feed that right up the neck. So when you come back up, does that feel okay? And you should see those nice little wrinkles because we're using that light tape again. And then we'll put a space correction. So we're going to say that pain is really around C7, maybe just below. And that's a really common point where these muscles come into the shoulder blades, where you would have pain if you'd had whiplash. We'll measure across. Don't be afraid of cutting it too long because those anchors won't be doing anything anyway, and they're not really going to get in the way. So again, I will just ask him to come into flexion just to open up that tissue a little bit, so that we're just not going to, I don't want to inhibit him from moving by using the width of the tape like we did with the fingers. So we're going to come across about 50%, so 100%, back it off to about 50. Use the sides of your hands to stick it down, and that creates that recoil. And then I've just got those anchors that come down without any tension or wrinkles. Just pretend that didn't happen. The tape can be really forgiving, and if you can't stretch the tape out of a wrinkle, stretch the skin into the wrinkle, if that makes sense.